$884.44, and that gave us a percentage for the week of 6.33%. How's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week number 2, where I show you my content basically on my side hustle that I like to call my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. So this is the hourly chart for the week for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the MYM for the Micro E-mini futures. I'm just going to turn on my lines here just to show you the trades that I did. So I essentially did 4 total trades for the week, where on our first trade here, it was 8 contracts going long for a net profit of $153.78. On the second trade here was another long with 18 contracts, and this was a total net profit of $385.38. Our third trade was a short, so I do go both ways. I know when to be comfortable going long and when to be comfortable going short. And this was short 6 contracts, net profit of $222.96, and then ended the week on 18 contracts going long with a net profit of $623.88. So trade analysis number 1 here that I did during my lunch break, and essentially we shorted 6 contracts and I drew a white line, so our average was 36,175, and I went short because the candles were bearish. And I waited for my indicators to basically show me what I'm looking for. On the left, we have the 5-minute chart, and you can see on the stochastic RSI, it was oversold. And on the MACD, we're below the 0 line, and it was right after the crossover. And you're seeing that divergence starting to happen. And basically, in congruence, the one that I wait for is on the tick-based chart. You can see that the stochastic RSI also is on the oversold. And you can see that we're now below the 0 line. Yes, the crossover occurred a little earlier than that, but just a confirmation that both of them were showing what I needed to see. So with this one, I like to say it's by the book type of trade. I just had to do only 6 contracts, and I was able to cover at 36,093. And for this trade, we had a net profit of $222.96. Now our next trade analysis here is really the main reason why I'm still trading the Micro E-mini. I now have enough cash to trade the E-mini. So an E-mini, 1 contract is equals to 10 Micro E-mini. But I'm going to highlight here why I do still trade the Micro E-mini, because I think my account is still not at a comfortable size where I can be trading the E-mini. And this is what I mean by that. So I always start a trade with just 6 micro futures because that's what I'm comfortable with. And you can see here on this trade, I went long because, this is already after the Dow Jones was down almost 300 points. So I wanted to play, the quick reversals that usually occur. And basically I entered this because, I was seeing some bullish candles on the 5 minutes. And if I was looking at my stochastic RSI, I was on the overbought side, and that's when I like to enter. And basically, this is right when the crossover occurred. And I was pretty aware it's below the 0 line, so the probability of that basically working is a little low, so it's a bit of a risk. And basically on the tick-based side, if we look, basically the crossover has already occurred, and it was starting to diverge, and on the stochastic RSI, I was on the overbought side. So with this entry, it was at 35,703, so it's essentially like right here. That's when I entered. So actually it was a good entry because in 15 minutes we were up about 60-70 points, so I could have exited profit about $200 right there and then, but this was the silly part because I did this during the day and I'm very slow at reacting. And actually I was just curious what would happen at the top of the hour, and I didn't protect myself because I had more time to really follow this. And that's where it became problematic because it started dropping. And this is the main reason why I trade the Micro E-mini, because I allow myself up to 3 batches to either average down or average up, because it's a probability game and I know that I'll always sometimes have bad entries. It's how I essentially recover or react through that. And you can see here, I added another 6 contracts at 653, so 50 points below. So that recovered a bit, but then again, I was still too slow to react and it kept dropping. And it went down to 603. So my limit is essentially 3 batches, so up to 18 contracts. That's the max that I'm willing to go. And from there, that's usually when I would then place my OCO, where I have this limit that I know I don't want to go under. And for this trade, thankfully it made that reversal. I was pretty much looking at the 1 hour. So I'm going to bring back the 1 hour and I'm going to zoom in a bit on that 1 hour. And you can see here, one of the main reasons that I entered was because I was seeing this where there was a price rejection on the bottom and I had thought it was already ready for that reversal. And of course, no such thing as our right signal. I guess this was a pretty weak reversal if you look at the hourly chart. But I stayed with it because I could see that it was ready to return back. I could see some form of reversal with it, and I wanted to play that, especially since, like what I mentioned, the Dow Jones was already down at least 300 points, and the Nasdaq and the S&P, they were also down, but they were already recovering for the day. So with this one, for 18 contracts, our average ended up being 35,653. So it took at least 2 through 3 hours, and it wasn't until really in the power hour that we were above water. And of course I took advantage and exited right at 7:30, as you can see here. And essentially, that was a net profit of $623.88. I did leave about $1,000 left on the table there if I had held on longer, but it's one of those where if you're already down by this much and you're above the profit and you screwed up earlier than that, it's always good to just take your profit. I know some people will say just let it run because hey, you waited that long already, but that was $630 is nothing to sneeze at. So I was quite happy with how we ended this trade, and really this is one of the main reasons why I still trade the micro E-mini, because I know myself and I know that I will make mistakes. I just want to make sure that I have the ability to basically rescue myself. Account statement for the week, basically from Sunday, January 10th to tomorrow, January 15th. So right now it's, pretty late, January 14th, where I'm recording this. It's about 11:19 p.m. in the Pacific Coast. Now looking at this, basically I measure my success based on the cash balance, and that's the reason why I show this. And I want to show you this line item. I did withdraw $1,000 from my account, and so we will add that $1,000 back on our ending cash. And if you look here on our description, you can see no other deposits or withdrawals and no mark to market. So pretty clean trading that I like to do. So our ending cash here is $22,270.44. But since we did withdraw $1,000, we'll just add that back. And our starting cash was $21,884.44. So that gave us a total of the week of $1,386. So quite happy that 2 weeks in a row we are in 4 digits net profit. So I divided that by 40 hours, because that's a typical full-time work in the US, and that would give you an hourly rate of $34.65. And of course, the statistic that I like to measure myself in is our percentage. So 1,386 divided by our starting cash of $21,884.44. And that gave us a percentage for the week of 6.33%. So that's along the range that I like to hit every week. So I'm happy with that. And my goal really is to compound that over the next few weeks, and hopefully we end the year quite well for 2022. My reach goal is 10%, but as I mentioned, between 4 and 7%, or even 3 to 7%, I'll be happy with that every week. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the content and the transparency. My main goal really here is to journal my journey, just to really show the transparency and the reality of what it's like to be a below average retail trader. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the content. Please do like and subscribe. And if you didn't, give me another chance and hopefully you'll like my content next time. All right, have a good one.